Hello guys, how are you? Hope you all are doing good. In this video, we're going to continue our readings from the novel A House for Mr. Biswas. In this particular readings, the themes are quite relatable to the human experience, to the human condition, is one that of human anxiety and dread that we feel towards our economic situation, towards all our material possessions, and the anxiety we have that in the modern world, the economic anxieties that we face with relation to our employment, with relation to our earning capacity, or things, disaster that can befell upon us. So it relates to all those things, mainly about the feeling for people, especially for most of the people who do come from some kind of economic scarcity, who don't come from ultra rich background. They do feel, even if they do get in a better condition, there's always that anxiety somewhere in them. It might vary for people, some people might have it more, some people might have it less, but there is a sense of feeling that we sometimes do feel in the modern world, where you need money, you need material resources to live a good life, to live a decent life. For example, we can see in right now in Delhi NCR, there's so much pollution there. Your quality of literally the air that you breathe is really bad, and only people with economic resources, very good economic resources, can install air purifiers in their homes and stay there. But the working class people who are doing jobs, they have to go out, so their standards of living kind of comes down, and literally the air that they have to breathe is a very foul air, toxic air, but still that is life. So there's always this dread that we all feel. That is the modern condition that we go through. So anyway, I'm gonna do the reading. So here, Mr. Biswas, just to set a little context, Mr. Biswas has left his job in the newspaper Sentinel, where he was working as a journalist. Now he's working as a government official, a bureaucrat, community development officer, and he's talking to Shama and his son Anand about this new job. So here we go. The interviews completed, it was Mr. Biswas's duty to analyze the information he had gathered. Here he floundered. He had investigated 200 households, but after every classification he could never, on adding, get 200. And then he had to go through all the questionnaires again. He was dealing with a society that had no rules and patterns, and classifications were a chaotic business. He covered many sheets with long, snake-like additional sums, and the slumber king was spread with his questionnaires. He pressed Shama and the children into service, damned them for their incompetence, dismissed them, worked late into the night, squatting on a chair before the dining table. The table was too high. Sitting on pillows had proved unsatisfactory. So he squatted. Sometimes he threatened to cut down the legs of the dining table by half and cursed the destitute who had made it. "This blasted thing is getting me sick," he shouted whenever Shama and Anand tried to get him to go to bed. "Getting me sick, I tell you, sick. I don't know why the hell I didn't stay with my little destitutes." So this is a reference when he was working in the Sentinel. His job was to go to people, very poor people, and interview them so that people around the island or the government can give them help. So his job was to interview the destitutes. That's why he's saying that he should have stayed with his little destitutes and stayed on the newspaper. "Everywhere you go is the same," Shama said. He didn't tell her of his deeper fears. Already the department was under attack. "Citizen, taxpayer, Pro Bono Publico and others had written to the newspapers to ask exactly what the department was doing and to protest against the waste of taxpayers' money. The party of Southern businessmen to which Shaker belonged had started a campaign for the abolition of the department, a, a distinguishing cause, long sought, for no party had a program, though all had the same objective to make everyone in the colony rich and equal. This was Mr. Biswas's first experience of public attack, and it didn't console him that such letters had always been written, that the government in all its departments was being continually criticized by the island's party. He dreaded opening the newspapers. Pro Bono Publico had been particularly nasty. He had written the same letter to all the three newspapers, and there was a whole fortnight between the letter's first appearance and its last. Nor did it console Mr. Biswas that no one else appeared to be worried. Shama considered the government unshakable, but she was Shama. Miss Logie could go back to where she came from. The other officers had been seconded from various government departments, and they could go back to where they came from. He could only go back to Sentinel and $50 a month less. He was glad he had written a mild letter of resignation. And he was preparing for misfortune. He took to dropping in at the Sentinel office. The newspaper atmosphere never failed to excite him, and the welcome he received stilled his fears. He was regarded as one who had escaped and made good. Yet, with every improvement in his condition, every saving, he felt more vulnerable. It was too good to last. So you can see this experience that it's too good to last. There's always this human tingling, this human sixth sense that we all have within us to some extent. Some people might have it more, some people might have it less. But that is the human experience, one of joys, anxieties, hate, love, all mixed into our consciousness that we call life. So anyway, have a great Saturday, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.